Hey, what's up guys? I am back bringing you the final episode of NHL 15 player predictions. We got one more to go through, 5 more teams, but thank you guys for all the support on this series. I basically finished it within one day and I'm pretty proud of myself. Each episode took at least 2 hours to do. Not even just all the graphics, everything I had to do for it. It took a lot of time, but leaving those likes, thank you guys so much. Every time you guys leave a like on one of my videos, it really does help spread it around for sure. And I think now it's on the top for, if you type in player predictions on the top of the YouTube search bar, you'll find mine. So thank you guys so much. It really does help every time you leave a like. But we're going to go through Tampa. We got Toronto. We got Vancouver, Washington, and Winnipeg Jets. So we'll have to be able to do this pretty quickly. But let's go into Tampa Bay. So they did a couple things in the offseason, signing people like Anton Strawman, Keith Ollie. Oh, he didn't. He was a unrestricted free agent. Sorry, but signing people, trading some players for Jason Garrison. They got him for Costello for 2014 draft pick. Also re-signing Ryan Callahan to a 6-year, $34.8 million. And also signing Alex Killorn, 5.1. Andre Palat, $10 million. So a lot of money being thrown around there for Tampa Bay. Same with Ben Bishop, 2-year contract extension. But that is just about it. Also getting Brian Boyle. 3-year, $6 million contract. But let's get right into the goalies here. Ben Bishop, 86. Evgeny Nabokov, 81. Kristers Gudlevskis. I think I'm pronouncing his name right, but I'm not sure. You guys can correct me. But they're saying the best player is Steven Stamkos, and Bishop is an 86 overall. Definitely a very high rating for Ben Bishop. I'm not sure if he really deserves it. Just because he's the biggest goalie doesn't mean like necessarily he deserves the highest rating. But you guys let me know from Tampa Bay whether or not you think that 86 overall for Ben Bishop is good. Alright, sorry about that. My video just finished rendering. But let's go on to defense here. Victor Hedman, 88 overall. Matthew Carl, 85. Matt Carl. Anton Strawman, 83. Jason Garrison, 82. Radko Gudas, 82. Eric Brewer, 81. Mark Barberio, 76. And Andre Sestra, 75 overall. But definitely one of the notable ones is Victor Hedman getting a +2 boost. He definitely had a lot of hot live cards this year in NHL 14 at least. You guys can definitely agree with that. There's like 3 or 4 different versions of him. But Victor Hedman definitely, I think that's well deserving, the 88 overall. Matt Carl hasn't really changed. Anton Strawman, I thought he did pretty well with New York Rangers. I think he definitely proved himself that even though he's not that big, he's a little bit lanky, he can definitely lay the body out. Definitely from the New York Rangers. You guys saw how well Anton Strawman did. I think he should deserve an 85, 86 around there. Jason Garrison, I also think that he should get a stat raise as well. I mean, I know he was 85 overall in NHL 14, but I don't think the -3 drop is worth, like, I don't think it's fitting for him, 82 overall. But that's just about for the defense. Let's go into the offense here. Steven Stamkos, 94 overall. Valtteri Filppula, 85. Tyler Johnson, 84. Ryan Callahan, 84. Andre Palat, 83. Alex Killorn, 82. Brian Boyle, 81. Brendan Morrow, 81. Jonathan Drouin, 80 overall. Nikita Kucherov, 79. Brett Connolly, Richard Panik, 76, 74. JT Brown, 74. Cedric Paquette, 72. And Cody Kunik, 72 overall. So Steven Stamkos getting that 94 overall. It kind of makes sense. I think he's going to be around that 93 to 95 region. So 94 seems reasonable to me. The only one that really stands out to me is the Ryan Callahan. I think he's going to get a higher boost than an 84. He dropped quite a few points, but he's getting paid quite a bit. I think he's going to be at least an 85. I think we're going to see him as an 86 overall for sure. But Andre Palat, I think also should get a little bit of a raise as well. Doing very well in the playoffs for sure. But that is just about it for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's go into the Toronto Maple Leafs. Alright, so moving on to the Leafs. I will try my best not to talk about them too much. I know a lot of people just want me to get through this video. So you guys can definitely tell. If you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, feel free to leave your own suggestions in the comments. I'm not going to put in my own input at least, other than little small things there, here and there. But Toronto Maple Leafs, they did quite a few things in the offseason for sure. Losing a lot of players to free agency. Players like Nikolai Kuhlman, Drew McIntyre, Jay McClement, I think I said Nikolai Kuhlman already, Leo Komarov, but we re-signed him. Troy Bodie becoming a free agent. Mason Raymond, TJ Brennan, Brad Staubitz, a lot of players losing to free agency. But they re-signed players like Roman Polak. He actually got traded for Carl Gunnarsson and a 2014 round pick. We lost David Boland. We traded for the Blue Jackets Jerry D'Amigo for Matt Fran. We also signed Stefan Robida to a 3-year, $9 million contract. We re-signed Leo Komarov, also picking up players like Mike Santorelli, and not signing Paul Ranger, but Carter Ashton we re-signed. Peter Holland, Cody Franzen, James Reimer, Jake Gardner, Daniel Winnick, all players that have been re-signed. Same with David Booth. And David Booth is not going to be in this thing because this just came out recently. David Booth came out on the 7th July 22nd, recently signed, and this forum post was made almost 3 weeks ago, so it's a little bit off, but it does not have David Booth in it. But let's get right into the goalies here. Sorry for butchering that intro for Toronto Maple Leafs. But best player, Phil Kessel, and I think that is correct. So Jonathan Bernier, 85, and 81 for James Reimer. So you guys let me know, Toronto Maple Leaf fans, do you think James Reimer or Jonathan Bernier, do you think those stats match up for those players? I want to put my input in it, but I will not. I might make that in a separate video for sure. But going on to the defense here, Dion Phaneuf, 86, Jay Gardner, 83, Roman Polak, 82, 81 for Morgan Riley, Stefan Robida, 81, Cody Franzen, 80, and Peter Granberg, 74 overall. So that is the defense. Dion Phaneuf losing -1. People like to call him the pylon. Roman Polak, some new ones. Roman Polak, Stefan Robida coming in, getting those overalls. So we'll see what they get. I'm not totally sure. You guys put in your own input. And then for the offense here, Phil Kessel, 90, Jay Van Riemsdyk, 86, Tyler Bozak, 84, Nazem the Dream, 84, Joffrey Lupul, 83, Petri Contiola, 80 overall, Mike Santorelli, 80, David Clarkson, 80, Leo Komarov, 79, Peter Holland, 78, Matt Fran, 77, Troy Bodie, 74, Carter Ashton, 73, and Colton Orr, 65. So that is going to be the offense. I'm going to keep this one very short. I don't want to put in my input because once I do it, people are going to hounder me in the chat or in the comments, thinking about this like Twitch. But those are the overalls. You guys let me know if those are correct. Phil Kessel getting a pretty big boost there. I'm not sure if that is totally correct. I think he's getting a little bit overrated for that, 90 overall. But let's go into the Vancouver Canucks. Alright, so moving on to the Vancouver Canucks. Looks like it's going to be one of those teams where it could be a hit and miss with what they're going for. Losing quite a few players as well, but signing some pretty major ones as well. So we'll definitely see how it turns out. But they got some players like Nick Bonino, Lyndon Vey as well, trade from Kings for a 2014 second round pick. They lost some players in free agency, not too many compared to some other teams, but Mike Santorelli that went to the Leafs, unfortunately for them. I know people like Mike Santorelli, and they also signed Ryan Miller to a 3-year, $18 million contract. Although it's a lot of money, I think it is a good fit for Ryan Miller, at least fitting into the Vancouver Canucks. Maybe that could be their starting goaltender for the next, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years. I don't know how it might turn out. Maybe not 10, 15 years, like 5, 10 years from now. But they also got Bobby Sanguinetti signed for $600,000. Yannick Weber re-signing. Joe Canada, $600,000. Zach Kassian re-signing to a 2-year, $3.5 million contract. Jake Virtanen also signing to a 3-year contract, and Jarrett McCann, 3-year contract. So a lot of little small pickups here and there, and a couple big ones like Ryan Miller, and that's just about it. But they also got Nick Bonino. I'm not sure if I said that before, but let's go into the goalies for Vancouver Canucks. So Ryan Miller, 86 overall. Eddie Lack, 81. Jacob Markstrom, 77. Joachim Eriksson, 74. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. Maybe it's Yosim or Joachim. I'm not sure how you pronounce the C in that one. But best player they're saying is Henrik Sedin. Alright, so we will see the offense in a little bit. But Ryan Miller getting 86. We'll definitely have to see if he deserves that. I think he should be a little bit higher, but who knows. But let's go into the defense here. Dan Hamhuis, 87. Kevin Bieksa, 85. Alexander Edler, 84. Christopher Tanev, 82. Lucas Biza, 80. Ryan Stanton, 80 overall. And Yannick Weber, 78. So Dan Hamhuis keeping the same at 87 overall. Definitely one of the cards I do not like to pull from Hut. Just worth nothing, especially just his stat-wise. It's not too good. But Kevin Bieksa, 85. Basically keeping the same for defense, other than Alexander Edler losing like -1. But that's just about it. You guys can let me know, Vancouver fans, what their overall should be. But going on to the offense here, which is a pretty big jump from what they had in NHL 14 Hut. But Henrik Sedin, 88. Daniel Sedin, 86. Radim Verbata, that is also a new player I forgot about to say. Radim Verbata, 85. Nick Bonino, 83. Alexander Burrows, 81. Zach Kassian, 81. Chris Higgins, 80. Sean Matthias, 80. Yannick Hansen, 80. Yannick Hansen. Brad Richards, 78. Nicholas Jensen, 77. Lyndon Vay, 76. Derek Dorsett, 75. Dustin Jeffrey, 75. Michael Zalewski, 71. And Tom Sestito, 69 overall. So definitely the bigger ones. Not too much for Henrik, but Daniel losing 3 points. I know Daniel Sedin used to be always the highest overall compared to both Sedin brothers, but now Henrik has definitely taken over the lead from what this guy is saying. So you guys can let me know whether or not Henrik or Daniel is better and what their overall should be. But Radim Verbata as 85 overall makes sense. I'm not totally sure about that. I think Radim Verbata this year in NHL 14 HUT was 82 or 83 overall. So getting a +2 boost just going to Vancouver, it's pretty surprising, but you guys can let me know how he will turn out. But Nick Bonino, 83, that is just about it. I know there's another one here. That is just about it. So that is the Vancouver Canucks. You guys can put your own input for the overalls, and I will go into the Washington Capitals. Alright guys, moving on to the Washington Capitals. Definitely making some pretty big changes to their team, especially in defense. First of all, losing a lot of players to free agency. People like Mikhail Grabovski, Dustin Penner, David Leggio. Losing a little bit of those players, but also signing a ton of little small ones as well. But they got Edward Pasquale, traded from Jets for 2014 draft picks. Also signing Justin Peters. Signed as free agent Brooks Orpik, 5-year, $27.5 million. Matt Niskanen signing for $40.25 million for 7 years. So they just picked up the defensive pairing for Pittsburgh, which is a little bit surprising. But we'll see how that turns out for Washington Capitals. But they also pick up Chris Newberry. They got Jakub Vrana, just a couple of those no-namers, but just to play on the team. But that is basically it for what Washington did. But going on right to the goalies, first of all, best player they're saying is Alexander Ovechkin, which probably is true. But going on to the goalies, Braden Holtby, Justin Peters, 80, Philip Grober, 79. Braden Holtby with an 84, so getting a +2 boost in an NHL 14 compared from what this guy is saying. You guys let me know which one's better. I know Justin Peters was from Carolina, so I know he's a good goalie, so we'll see what overall he gets. If there's any Carolina fans watching still, what Justin Peters should be rated. But going on to defense here, a lot of new defense for Washington Capitals. John Carlson, 86 overall. Carl Alsner, Matt Niskanen, Mike Green, Brooks Orpik, 80. Dmitry Orlov, 79. John Erskine, 77. Jack Hillen, 75. Patrick Way, 75. Connor Carrick is 74 overall. So definitely what Washington can look forward to is the defense for sure. A lot of things to look forward to. Brooks Orpik, Matt Niskanen, I think their overall should be a bit higher. Brooks Orpik makes a little bit of sense, but it should be a higher overall. Mike Green definitely should be a high overall. He's a very skilled defenseman. I mean, if Carlson's getting 90, I think Mike Green should get at least 84, 85. But you guys can put your own input in that. But going on to the offense here, Alexander Ovechkin, 93 overall. Nicholas Backstrom, 90. Joel Ward, 84. Marcus Johansson, 83. Evgeny Kuznetsov, 82 overall. Troy Brouwer, 82. Jason Chimera, 81. Brooks Laich, 80. Eric Fair, 80. Jay Beagle, 76. Tom Wilson, 76. Michael Latta, 76. Chris Brown, 73. Aaron Volpatti, signing Chris Brown. That's the biggest name there. Aaron Volpatti, 73 overall. Chris Brown's not going to be singing anymore. But Alexander Ovechkin being 93 overall makes sense again. Steven Stamkos around 94, 96. I can see Alexander Ovechkin as 93, between 93 and 96, just so NHL 15 can sell packs, right? Like, Alexander Ovechkin needs to have some value. But 93 overall makes a little bit of sense. He's going to be in the high 90s for sure. Or mid-90s. Nicholas Backstrom as a 90 overall, so getting a 3-point boost. I think he does deserve it. He had a pretty good year in Washington. Joel Ward, 84. Marcus Johansson, 83. Evgeny Kuznetsov, 82 overall. Troy Brouwer. So I'm not sure which other ones. I'm just going to name the big few, but you guys can let me know what those overall should be. Finally, we are at the end at the Winnipeg Jets. Sorry for the Winnipegs that had to wait for a while. Those Winnipeg fans, they had to watch through 5 or 6 episodes. If they decide not to watch it, that's up to them. But Definitely Winnipeg Jets. Not making too many big deals, losing quite a few good players to free agency from what I'm seeing. Al Montoya, Olli Jokinen, Devin Setaguchi, Chris Thorburn, missing quite a few players. But they also did sign a few other known, not too big names, but TJ Galliardi signing for a 1-year contract, Matt Halleschuk, Michael Frolik re-signing. So a couple little things here and there, but nothing too substantial for Winnipeg, at least from what I'm seeing. But let's get right into the goalies here. They're saying the best player is Blake Wheeler, and his overall is not too high from what this guy is saying, but we'll see in a little bit. But Andre Pavlich, 80 overall, and Michael Hutchinson, 77 overall. So you guys from the Winnipeg Jet community, let me know whether or not those overalls are right. But let's go on to the defense here. Dustin Byfuglien, 86 overall. Jacob Trouba, 84. Tobias Enstrom, 83. Zach Bogosian, 83. Mark Stewart, 82. Grant Clitsome, 81. Adam Pardy, 76. Paul Postma, 76. And Josh Morrissey, 74 overall. So the only really big one there is Dustin Byfuglien, obviously losing a few points off his NHL 14 Hut card. But guys, let me know whether or not Dustin Byfuglien did that well, and whether that 86 overall does showcase what Dustin Byfuglien can bring into NHL 15. But Zach Bogosian losing 3 points as well. So I'm not sure if that is correct. That's what this guy is saying, but I think Zach Bogosian minimum would be 84, 85. But you, Winnipeg Jet guys, let me know. And that's basically all the bigger names in the Winnipeg Jet defensive line. But going on to offense here, finally, Blake Wheeler, 86, Andrew Ladd, 86, Brian Little, 85, Evander Kane, 85, Michael Frolik, 83, Matthew Perreault, 83, Mark Scheifele, 82, Eric Tangradi, 76, Jim Slater, 76, Chris Thorburn, 75, James Wright, 72, and Anthony Peluso, 67 overall. So Blake Wheeler losing, he kept at 86, but Andrew Ladd losing a point. Brian Little, Evander Kane only being 85, which I find that pretty surprising. I think he's going to be an 87, 88 player around there in NHL 14, just so people have something to collect in Winnipeg, in the collections if they do make collections. But I think Mark Scheifele should get a definite boost in 82, only because I heard that he did pretty well in Winnipeg Jets, and it still seems like he's being treated like one of those younger guns, but he definitely is able to play. I think he should be at least an 83, 84 player. But that is going to be it for the NHL 15 predictions. The next NHL 15 predictions would be the actual ones that come out. They will bring out a list of 50 players, the top 50 players, just like last year, and I will be also putting a commentary on that and letting you guys know what is going to be the correct ones and not just one off the forum. But thank you guys so much for participating in this interactive series. It's definite success. We got a ton of comments each episode, and all the likes that we got, it's unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. Give yourselves like a pat on the back or something, because it really does help me out. But anyways, thanks for watching. Leave it a like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys later. Bye. Eat whatever is on the table. Eat what's in the fridge. Usually there's always leftovers, but I'm living here. It's like, if I don't cook, there's no leftovers. There's no food in like the fridge at all, other than raw ingredients.